Actually, he said that he would drive from Malaysia to Singapore to pick me up and then drive back to Malaysia.
Welcome to Pillow Talk, where we talk about all things love and relationships. And although most of us are out and about again, don't forget to practice social distancing and always take precautions.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have to go out, don't go out, okay? Prevention is better than cure, right? So just stay home. Stay home.
So today we have someone who is just mind blowing. Our virtual guest today writes really, really well. Her writing is amazing, and she's so cute. I don't know how, but she's so cute. Today we have Santini Priya.
Hi everyone. I'm Santini Priya. You can find me on Instagram. It's Santini, but replace the A with an X. I'm a student and I'm currently working as a social media assistant and content writer. And yeah, hi.
I get why people are looking up to you, Santini, because you have this like cute vibe about you. How have you been during this pandemic, during the MCO?
Feeling pretty unproductive, unmotivated, but it's all right. It's going. Things have been better, but grateful for everything.
Did you get to do anything crazy during the MCO? Like, what's the craziest thing you did?
Cut my hair on my own.
Ooh, how did that go?
It went really bad. I think I cut it twice, both in the AM, like 4 a.m. So I took a big kitchen knife, no, not kitchen scissors, and I went to the toilet. And I'm like, I'm bored. So I just started cutting
Oh
and
my
cutting.
goodness. Did you do bangs?
Oh yeah, I did, but I grew them out. Yeah, I don't really like bangs.
Oh no! Cam's gonna do that.
Speaking about crazy, love makes us do crazy things. Even Beyonce wrote about it. And we may think it's sweet and romantic, but honestly, looking back at some of the things that I've done, it's plain crazy. So first, I want to know though, what's your definition of love?
Wow. Not to be deep or anything, but I don't think you can really
Just be deep.
define love. I just think love, for me, I feel like the first time I felt love for someone that I look at as a partner with Alif, I felt very comfortable. I think if you love someone, you'd feel super comfortable with them. You'd feel like you want to support their dreams and their ambitions. You want to be there for them when they're at their lowest. And you would do anything to protect them against anything or anyone. And I think to me, no matter how bad things get, or no matter how good things get, you never forget who was there for you through everything. So for me, that's what love is.
That is so sweet. How did you meet Alif, and how long have you guys been together for?
We've been together for 3.5 years. We met each other at a Chinese New Year open house. My friends had a Chinese New Year open house, and he was invited as well. So we were talking. We were really shy. We were like this the whole time. And after that, it just sort of progressed from like friendship to something more. And 3 years strong.
Did you know that you were in love right away, or is there a moment that you like realized I love this guy?
It wasn't right away. I don't think it was something that happened right away for either of us. Maybe the second time we went out, or the third time we saw each other as friends. So, and at that time when I met him, I was actually still trying to get over an ex. So on the first night that I met him, I was actually in the car with him, drunk, crying about my ex, and he was there telling me like, "You deserve better." So the moment I realized that I fell in love with him. For me, it was gradual. Like, honestly, I can't pinpoint a certain time that I fell in love with him. For me, it's just one day I realized, like, it just hit me, like, wow.
That is so beautiful. And I love that he's there to just support you, when you were still trying to get over the previous relationship.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Have you ever come across the statement, if you love me, prove it? Because this statement was spoken out to us a lot of times, by our partners or even exes. And we tend to take them seriously most of the time, right, Ili?
Yes. Oh my God, don't even get me started. But yeah, I feel like when it happens, we sort of want to prove it to them. We're like, yeah, I do love you. Like, I'll do anything. So for you, Santini, has there been a moment in your relationship with anyone that you've done something so crazy out of love?
I'd like to think that I am pretty level headed and have a lot of common sense and I wouldn't do something stupid. But I wouldn't say it's crazy, but I made a lot of really stupid decisions that, like, when I think back, I'm just like, why did I do that? They weren't worth it.
You want to spill the tea? I mean, if it's not that crazy, I guess you could tell us, right?
I was around 18 or 17, and this was back in Malaysia. He lived really far. He was somewhere in Nilai, and I lived in Hartamas. So he refused to see me. He refused to drive to me or like come see me, or he refused to meet in the middle. I took the train all the way from Segambut to Nilai at night. It was around like 12 a.m. when I was there, and I was 17. I was a young girl, and I went there alone just to see him. And when I went there, he asked me, "Why are you here? You should go home." So it's not crazy, but in terms of like safety and stupidity, yeah, it's pretty high up there for me.
Did he send you back after, or did he like push you on the train and like, okay, go bye?
Uh, he he picked me up at the train station, and then I think we went to makan or something, and then he said you should go home now. So he sent me back to the train station.
Who is your Like, I just want to talk.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm curious. Ili and Marissa too. What's the craziest thing you guys have done for love?
I don't think I've done anything crazy though. But I know a friend who actually like, guys, my friend already knew her boyfriend is cheating on her. So instead of breaking off with him, she did, because she was studying in Australia. So instead of breaking off with him, she used the money that she was saving to go to Coldplay and used it to buy tickets to go to Australia to fix it. And when she got to
Oh,
Australia, they broke up.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, to me that's kind of crazy for me. Like, no, why?
Yeah, that's wild.
Apparently, studies have shown that people who are passionately in love are less able to focus and perform tasks that require more attention. So it's true, love makes us blind. It makes us stupid, makes us do weird things. Yeah, but Santini, have you had an experience where because of love, you forget who you are? Like you lose yourself because of love?
Yeah, with the same ex. I
Oof.
lost myself.
The KTM guy.
PM guy, that's what I'm gonna call him, man.
Those couple of years, I went from someone who was confident, moderate self-esteem. I wouldn't say low, but I was okay. I was doing okay. But when I was with him, a lot of things happened, and at that time, I chose him over my family. I chose him over my friends. So I lost a lot of things along the way because I wanted him to stay with me. I also lost my self-respect because I wanted to please him so much. I let him say all kinds of without getting into detail. When you're put into like a shitty situation over and over and over for over the course of like a couple of years, you would probably lose yourself too. And when I met Alif, it took me a really, really, really long time to get the pieces back together. And it's all thanks to Alif. So, yeah.
Oh, guys, I love you guys. Oh my god, that's so cute. That's amazing. You were saying about you lost yourself, and when you were with Alif, you were sort of finding yourself again. And I think that's when it gets too much. When you're crazy in love, it gets a little bit toxic, and you sort of see red flags. What do you think are the red flags, that we all need to look for? And, just tell yourself it's time to back off.
There's manipulation, or gaslighting when you feel a certain way, when you feel like there's something wrong, or when he does something to hurt your feelings and you try to communicate with him, like an adult, you try to communicate with him and tell him how you feel, and then he starts telling you like, no, it wasn't like that. It didn't go down like that. Like, you should ask everyone. You're overreacting. When he starts telling you that everything is in your mind, or you're overreacting, or he doesn't own up to his mistakes, or or he keeps repeating the same mistakes over and over and over, those are red flags. Or when your friends and family are telling you, I know like people probably heard this a lot, but it's so true. Like, if your friends and family tell you to stay away from someone, especially if it's your partner, your current partner, and they tell you just to stay away from that guy, you probably should.
Okay, before we end this topic about doing crazy things for love, what would you say is the craziest thing you've done for Alif?
Probably traveling to Malaysia alone.
Okay.
Actually, he said that he would drive from Malaysia to Singapore to pick me up and then drive back to Malaysia.
See, this is like from KTM guy to that upgrade,
Exactly. Guys, like,
major upgrade.
Right?
up to you, sis.
Santini, to go back to how you said Alif helped you get your self-esteem back up. What are some of the things that he did other than offer to drive? Like crazy.
um, Alif was really reassuring, as in I I was able to trust him. Not at first though. We had a lot of arguments because of me, because I found it really hard to trust him because of my past experiences. But he was really patient. Like, out of every guy that I've dated, like, he's really, really patient, and he's always there, even when I'm angry, even when I ignore him, even when I shut him off, he's always there, and he's like, I can listen, you can trust me, like, I promise you. And he's never broken any promises. He's always kept his word. So, over time, with all his reassurances and everything, I'm just like, I've been loved.
Okay, like, boys, take notes. Take notes.
But of course, there are things that partners can't really help with, that you have to deal with yourself. But within the relationship, he really helps a lot, especially when we keep communicating, because communication is so important. Like, if you don't tell them what's up, they won't know what's up.
I totally agree on that, and that we should always heal ourselves first, and just don't lose yourself when it comes to loving someone, because that shouldn't happen. Because when you do, that's when things get crazy.
Hey, Lily, take notes.
It's okay. It's me too, Liana. Take note. Thank you so much, Santini, for sharing your story with us and making us all believe in love again, because your story, girl, it's amazing. Do you have any last messages you want to share to whoever's watching this?
For all the girls out there who are like me back then, you're trying to make that boy happy. You're trying to be everything he wants you to be, but he's not everything you want him to be. I think you should move on, because you deserve better. Many fish in the sea.
Oh my god, I am inspired. Guys, I'm gonna go on a date tomorrow. I don't know who it is yet, but I'm gonna go. Okay. Thanks, Anthony.